Hello and welcome to the BC podcast. My name is Rasmus Beck and this podcast is recorded at the European Championships in Kiev. Today with me, Teresa Schwabikova from Czech Republic. Teresa, welcome.
Thank you.
Teresa, we have known each other for quite some years now, but it's actually the first time on the show for you. How is it now to be part of the club, so to speak?
It's exciting. It's actually very exciting because now I'm getting senior and maybe getting some results. So maybe hopefully in the future I'll be next to the totally top ones.
Yeah, that could be good. That could be good. Teresa, you're one of those young players in your country who has been around forever, although you are quite young still. But all eyes are on you, and it's like, oh, is she the next big one? How is it to have eyes on you?
I'm trying to not to think so much about it, but of course, when there is the national team around, of course, there is a little bit of pressure on me. Even though they maybe don't show it so much, but you feel like it, like you are making the own pressure on yourself. And we have had many talents in the country, which have been very good engineers, and then they just disappeared. So I'm just trying to not be one of those. And I really want to have some results in the senior category, which is the most important for me. So I'm just going to go on and push myself to be the best.
I remember the first time I met you, I think you were around 17 back then, maybe 17, 18, around that. And it was pretty clear that you had a goal, but you were also like, yeah, I need also to step on the brake sometime. Is it still like that?
Yeah, especially if you met me in around 17, 18, I have been in really much hard times because I was on junior national team, on a senior national team, and I was playing all kinds of competitions. I had to attend all kinds of camps, and it was very hard, and I didn't really have any break, any vacation, anything for I don't know how many years now. And I'm starting to feel it like, okay, now it's been a long time of practicing for some years, and I really need at least 1-2 weeks break. But before, when I was at the time, there was really not a chance to do so because, okay, I stopped the juniors and then, okay, in a week we have a senior national camp or whatever, so I had to go on and show up.
Is that one of the downsides coming from like a smaller country where, you know, if you're the best juniors, you might even be the better seniors, or at least like top 2, top 3 as the seniors. Is that one of the downsides?
I think so. I won my first nationals when I was 16. And I would be much happier if I had somebody to catch up on, because then, you know, it's nice to win nationals at 16. Like, okay, that's a big thing. But from 16, I have been the one who is supposed to show the skills and everything, and I didn't have anybody to learn from. So, yeah.
If I look at you winning at 16, and as far as I remember, Mia Blichfeld actually also won at 16 in Denmark. But there was actually quite a difference there, as far as I see it.
Yeah, for sure, because Mia, she still had 5-6 other girls which could have beaten her normally, but for me, from 16, there was not really nobody who played with me closely or whatever. And then, of course, I was called up as a number 1 or something, even though my ranking was not. But what I have been told is like, for us, you are number 1. Even though your ranking is not the first one. So it's like, okay, but I'm still just a little girl, junior. How can you put this kind of pressure on me? And since I was, 18, I've been hearing things, okay, you cannot behave like this on court. You are a national champion. You have to show some, you need to be some idol. And I'm like, okay, why cannot the 26-year-old girls can be the idols and I can be the one studying from them? So of course it was hard.
Have you grown up faster because of this?
I think so.
Yeah.
But I'm still feeling like a little girl, especially on court, almost always.
How can that be seen?
Emotions. Not so good with hiding emotions yet.
No.
Working on it, but
maybe also some kind of temper once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Is that something you try to control, or is it more like, okay, I'll just give it all out and so be it?
I'm trying to control it, but if I'm really trying to push it, like to keep it in and be like stone-faced, I can feel it on myself that, okay, but I'm now holding it in, and it's kind of like keeping me around, and I cannot really play. So sometimes I really had to get it out, but working on it.
I remember a match where we met afterwards. I think it was in Belgium, somewhere on the circuit for sure, where you came off the court and Rasmus. I tried to be too nice for the public, and that was actually why I lost, because I was not me on court. How has it changed for you in the last couple of years, saying, okay, I can be Teresa in the way I want to be, but at the second I'm stepping off the court, I need to be Teresa also as everybody expects me to be?
Ooh, that's a tough question, because I think the most important is how I feel and how I'm going to be on court and what's going to suit me the best. So that's what I have to focus on.
Teresa, one of the big choices you made were actually also to leave home. You moved to Denmark a few years ago now, as a very young girl. What was the main reason for doing so?
We didn't have any national center. We didn't have any good possibility to train, no sparring. So actually, when I was like 16, I've been the first time in Denmark, just like for some camp, and I really liked the people, especially Danish people. They are so lovely.
Thank you.
And then I was coming back, and I could see the difference that I had nobody to practice with, and it was tough. And then before the summer, before the European Champions in Juniors, Youth Olympics, I was told from the Czech Badminton Federation, from the head coach at the moment, I was told that, okay, we will give you the best we can in the summer, we will take care of you, we will prepare you well. And then I was counting on it, and then 1 week before, I've been told from other guy, just go, we have nothing for you. So I was like, okay, and then my coach in Denmark, he was the only, I called him, told him about my situation, and he said, come here, we will always take care of you. And then, it grows to also personally, and then you are like, okay, you are there for me in the worst, and and I'm really happy with where I am.
But Teresa, it's no secret that you're actually living now in the area where I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very far out in the countryside. It's a very small village you actually live in. It's a big difference from other players living in the bigger cities and everything. It might also be a kind of change of life for you, knowing that, okay, now I'm living in the barn, basically.
Yeah, it's like I've been growing up in the city. I was used to go to school after, go for lunch, which we had in the shopping center, and be in the city, had everything 5 minutes apart from my home, and now it's okay, I'm living on the farm in the middle of nowhere, but I like it.
Is it worth it?
I like it. Yeah, it is worth it.
Yeah. What is the main reason why it's worth it?
The people.
Have you become a better player?
Yes.
What does it mean for you that not only that you had a coach to whom you also built a close relationship, also to the coach's family, I know, that there are options for going either there, or maybe we know Katerina Tomalova, she's at the Center of Excellence by Badminton Europe, and maybe you also will be involved there at some point. What does it mean for you that coming from a country where there will be no organized national training, that actually open doors for you still in the sport?
Yeah, for me at the moment, we have many young players in Linde, where I live. But I'm looking for sparring outside, and I actually am thinking about going to Center of Excellence for 1-2 weeks, because I know that there is a very good single group for girls now, and I know that there is also something building up in Czech. There is a national center building up, but it's not good yet enough, and there is what I have been told from the players, from the girls' side especially, it's not been good for them. So if you hear this for girl to girl, you're like, okay, do I want to go there? If it's just a focus on the men's singles, which is good because we have, I think, the best men's singles there, so it's good for them. But for the girls at the moment, I don't want to go somewhere where I will be again the one trying to pull the others up. I want to go and play with the girls, which I can be pulled up to, because I don't want to, make it sound bad. I don't want the others in my age to, come and be better than me or the same. I want to come to the older ones and better ones to pull myself up.
Teresa, we have been doing a couple of interviews in the last couple of years now. That's no secret. A lot of those talks have also touched point with the Olympics. Of course, the Tokyo Olympics, but also Paris and even further on. You play two categories, which is extraordinary, especially for singles players. You always say to me when I ask you, and I actually believe, I've started to believe you because I didn't in the beginning, I will admit that, saying that it's okay for me not to go to Tokyo. But now I actually believe you. But maybe explain to the other guys watching this, why is it okay not to qualify for the Olympics for you?
Because I don't feel as a full player yet. I'm still young, I have a lot to learn. And I have tried to qualify for Tokyo from the beginning and also still now because I'm the national champion. I had results on the senior European circuit and I was trying, okay, there is a chance. So I went into it. I had good help from my city and from region and from my parents and also from the national team, like from the Czech Federation with money. So I could afford to go to the tournaments. But yeah, if I qualified for Tokyo now, I would be overwhelmed. Like it would be super amazing. But my main goal is Paris, and afterwards another one because that's when I'm feeling like, okay, there I might be the real player I want to be, the good one. Yeah.
Teresa, we spoke in December 2020 at the mixed team qualification where you said, I would be so happy for Katarina to qualify. Why did you say that back then, and what did you actually mean by saying so?
I don't know how it's in other federations, but it's very important. So one of us qualifies because it's important for also all the other players. Because if one of us qualifies, then we can say that we have a player in the Olympics in a country like us when badminton is not at all a big sport. There is tennis, football, athletics. So it's like if we don't have anybody in the Olympics, then there will be also less money for us other players. So it's important for us to have somebody there. And also I know how much Katarina works for it. We know each other how much we work for it. So I hope, also from Katarina's side, she would wish it to me. Of course, there is the little, like,
there's always a rivalry,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, of course, that's everywhere. But like we are playing doubles together and we can always talk together. We are friends. So I don't see why I would be sad. I would maybe be mad, but that's how it is. And she has qualified there herself. It's not like somebody gave it to her.
No, exactly, because she also have to put in a job for it.
Exactly.
If she makes it. Teresa, but you say Paris 2024 is the goal for you, yeah. And right now, Katarina is not that old, but she might also decide to continue. That's I think is still. You might know something I don't, and that's perfectly fine. But it might also still be an option for her. But what makes you sure that you can actually make it to Paris 3 years from now? It's actually not that big a gap anymore.
No, it's a little bit different. Of course, it's my the first Olympic cycle I'm trying. But I know that always it's been like 4 years, then you have like 1 year like off, 2 years off, and then you are starting up to build up the ranking. And now it's like, okay, there is just one, and then then you have to start up building up the ranking. And actually, it's not a big problem for me because as I'm coming still like lately from the juniors, everything has been very close. Also with playing the seniors and juniors, so I'm like, okay, that's just perfect for me because then I have like more time, like not more time. But like I can keep in. I will probably not fall out and just build it up more.
But Teresa, making it to Olympics, that's one thing. What is the goal then if you make it to the Olympics? Because one thing is saying I want to qualify, yeah. and I admire that, but you also go there not only to be part of it.
No, of course, and I think everybody wants that, to just not go there and just to participate. It's bigger, like. Of course, it depends on the group. Of course, you can get the best players in the group, and then you are like, okay, I can just show what I can. But if the draw is fine, then I'm really much like thinking about winning some matches. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a full player at the moment. So if I qualified, I don't feel like if I went there, I would have a chance to even like play very tight with some of the best players in the world. So I'm like, okay, that would be nice to qualify just for the for the experience, but I want to go there and be a good opponent and somebody who can they be scared of.
No offense, there's still a bit of work to be done, right? Yeah. Teresa, this is recorded in late April 2021. If we turn forward the clock 3 years, have you then qualified for Paris 2024?
I hope so.
You hope so, yeah. Let's cross everything we can for that. And Teresa, thank you very much for joining the podcast. It was a pleasure. And remember that you can always watch Teresa's matches on badmintoneurope.tv. Those are lives and also those on demand. And of course, you can follow us on all the platforms. Thank you very much for watching.